I think the Bucks are great. I think.
Hey, yo, indeed. And I think we have to stop doing shows on Saturdays because the two times we haven't, the Dolphins have won their following game.
We're changing the date and time of the show to help.
Me not hang from the rafters. Yeah.
It's for your mental health, man. I love you enough to. I've been concerned. There's those commercials where there's warning signs. Like, what did you miss?
Are you friends with Bean? Have you checked on him?
How often does the Skyway get blocked off for an hour? And
What
you wonder.
what a ridiculous weekend in sports. Like what a
lot's happened.
I feel really good and sad at the same time baseball wise because I've told you they're a ridiculous 15th or 18th inning bullcrap away from being up 3-1, Toronto.
18 innings. They played a doubleheader.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Will Smith caught the whole thing too, man. What a champ. That game last night was it's been a good series. And the Toronto-Seattle series was really good. The ratings are up, and it's been a good postseason for baseball. The Toronto was down, they come back. They had the most comeback wins in baseball this year. Toronto did. And every night it's like, okay, we're down. Last night it happened a little quicker than the other games. I'll tell you this, because everything gets thrown into the ADHD stew when we cook. And last night we rewind to Saturday. #humble.
Always.
We don't miss a lot, and I include you in that. You see, that's the humility. That's the real definition. To include your fellow man and to make it about them. So, Bean, I want to thank you for all of your college football takes that I was able to take to the window on Saturday. I missed one game.
Damn. Okay. The
And
opposite of a MMFB.
I talked about the hotline to him. And
I sent you. I found that, and I'm like, oh my god, that's you and Mark. Like you sitting there all, and Mark going, come on, pick up the phone. That's
all the TikTok videos that are about gambling, all the jokes. I've seen that one, and it's really, really funny.
Of course you have.
Because it's a degenerate. Bean's talking about two guys, and they're calling the gambling hotline and betting on if it's going to be a woman or not for $100. It's like $100 says it's a woman that answers.
The end where he's like, give me my money. It's like it reminded me so much of you guys.
So Saturday, I hit. Sunday, I hit. I missed. The Bengals cost me. I had their money line in with a 4-teamer.
Did anybody think the Jets were going to win that game?
I don't think the Jets thought they were going to win that game.
Yeah, that was.
Come on. Come on.
I guess all it takes is the owner of the football team to call you out as a quarterback, and then all of a sudden.
How are you anemic? How are you a -10 passing yards in a game and then pop your cooldown and hang 39? Now, granted, it's Cincinnati, but the ineptitude, the fact that they don't know what a forward pass is. Breece Hall is their offense, and Justin should just run around. Let him go be Mike Vick. Don't throw the ball. You do something great. You have your legs. You have to figure it out on the
Yeah,
fly.
I was gonna say for most of Vic's career, it was like he was gonna throw for only 150 yards a game, but he was also gonna run for like 130 yards.
Right.
So it evened out at least.
That was his whole thing, and
That's what
they were good with that.
Fields seems way more Vic-ish than he does. I don't
More
know.
Vickish than Lamarish.
Yeah, that was the only person I was thinking
More
of.
Vickish
That.
than Randall Cunninghamish. Randall was the first Vic. That was a good time. Man, Randall was the guy.
I was a little
And-
kid. Those highlights.
This is why our show's called ADHD Sports,
Yeah, now we're talking about Randall Cunningham.
because we're talking about Randall Cunningham. We weren't talking about college football leading up to the game last night, tying into the baseball. All of our listeners now have a nosebleed.
Yeah.
And
Pick a sport.
the emails are coming in. Will you finish your goddamn story? So it's just another day. Saturday, I hit. Sunday, I hit. Cincinnati cost me a quarter stack. It was a big number. I had a 4-team money line parlay. And since he's winning the game, I was at the window waiting for the employee to come back from a bathroom break because Cincy was up. And then the Jets come back with that ridiculous, improbable drive, and they beat them. So
Well, I caught the end of that because I was watching the Dolphins game and then went right to that for the extra time game. And the Jets scored with the same amount of time left, basically, as like they left the Bucks have, and I was like, "Wow."
Joe Flacco for president.
He definitely doesn't look like an old guy anymore, like he did in Cleveland. That's for sure.
He loves to throw football.
Yeah, he does. Man,
mean, he
the
just
Spire,
loves to
he
throw
throws a
football.
pretty football.
He does.
He throws a pretty
That
ball.
was all. That's why he was the highest paid quarterback for a minute. He can throw a football. The guy can throw a football. But I digress. Keep the rich cookie of storytelling. It just breaks and falls on the floor. I don't hit the Cincy game, but I turned $10 on Saturday into $92.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it was a good, again, hashtag humble. Maybe more people listen to our picks. Maybe that we need to share more of our picks. I don't think so. We just keep the money to ourselves. We like to share with our fellow
say maybe
man.
that helps with your karma, like you're dishing out.
Ooh, more to
tickets.
come.
Oh boy.
More to come. I talked to you. This is the triple exit ramp ADHD story. Okay, first it was
Dipped your
baseball,
toes in some sports, and
college
now
football, pro football. Now the conversation about you and I being on the phone, live on the phone. Had you on a phone call as I'm wearing a 3-piece suit going to a call. I'm headed to an appointment, and I'm talking with you live about some sports cards in the show, and I hear a honk of the horn behind me.
honka honka. Not your clown honka.
There's two things I really don't like. There's things I don't like. One of them is getting honked at. Unless you got ready.
That. Yeah. I forgot all about that. We were mid conversation, and you're like, 1 second. Get out of your car. Hold on, I got to deal with something. Get the fuck out of your car. Yeah, I got somebody who's honked at me. Give me one real quick. And you were going like completely cool as can be with me because you're like trying to finish what you were saying to me, and then you just flip a switch back to get out of your car. But sorry, go ahead. You do not like being honked at. No.
I don't. I don't like people putting their hands on me either. A man, even a woman for that matter, and that is funny because a woman is not prepared for a person to look at the hand that's touching me and then look up at them with disgust and astonishment. And that's the look that I give them. It's a Clint Eastwood. What are you doing?
You're like Marvel supervillain. Like you're being bothered. Like how dare this little gnat?
What are you doing? And the women in particular, Hashtag humble. I'm a. There's a lot of elevator music. Is some of my theme music. So I get men but women will come up and they will put their hands on you. You know, as a gesture. It's signals and signs. People will touch you. Hey, how are you? They put their hand on your shoulder or your arm, and it's
That's
it's
a little.
psychology.
That's a little different, though, right? I mean, that's
Nah, it doesn't matter to me. I look at it.
so. If you're working in an attractive, nice lady puts her hand on your shoulder, you still get mad about it?
There's so many layers to the onion.
That's what I was like.
I will look at them because it's my move. I have a gas face move, and it's legit. And if you were ever a 475-pound man or
I was
less,
close. I was gonna say I was in
Okay.
the threes.
and you have the audacity to stop the whole production, look at the hand that's on the body of an attractive woman, and then look at that woman as though you just lost your appetite and you're looking for a can. She's beside herself. Because when she wakes up in the morning and walks outside to get the newspaper, she's had 18 D's thrown at her. It's just what happens to women. Yours, mine, the girl next door. They walk outside and they're already pregnant. I mean, they've been harassed. It's just part of the game as a woman. You accept that waking up. All right, unless I wear a turtleneck and a refrigerator box as a dress, I'm still going to get harassed. If I do, heaven forbid you have something else going on. That's just the cost of doing business.
The name of the game.
So when a woman like that walks up to me and they engage, hashtag humble, I don't struggle for company. And I got a big personality. So
What?
come on, it's just a rumor. But I did speak to somebody yesterday professionally. I had yet to meet her.
Oh, I thought you meant like a therapist. Finally, I was
I
like,
should
nice.
probably get a couple of those.
It's about damn time.
And she said, I heard about you. And I was like, man, do I need my lawyer? And ha, ha, ha. And the hand goes up and touches the back of my arm behind my shoulder on my suit jacket, which is blue plaid checkered to go with my plaid checkered
I just
pants.
picture you walking around with like Shawn Michaels theme song always
It's-
playing.
It's radical. And I looked at her while holding banana bread and was like, what are you doing? And she says, oh God. She's taken aback
I'm so sorry.
because, and she's not hard to look at. So I don't know when the last day was for her that she touched a grown man and was not immediately air humped. And she touched me
And you were offended.
and I was offended. And she could tell that by my
You became
demeanor.
her in that moment.
Here's the ultimate. This is not freshman thinking, fam. So this is my gift to you today. I'm going to give you at least one gift. This is my gift to you. Legit, son, this is for you. Biological, Woody, this is for you. All you fellas, this is for you. The astonishment and the hurt and the disgust and the surprise on my face was genuine because it is not my first day delivering said gas face. Now, the attractive woman, or any woman for you listeners, but an attractive woman puts their hand on you and you look up and you give them that gas face, and delivered properly with truth that they can see in your face is genuine. You leave them on the hook for 5 seconds. You keep eye contact after the disgust. And she says, oh God. And I wait. Nah, I'm just playing. But I let him sit there for 5 seconds and hurt like she just broke glass with a brick.
And she doesn't know if to take her hand off at that point. She's
She
frozen.
is in a place she's never been. She's never been there where a heterosexual.
So you're
was
hurting
like-
it for other guys who are scared to talk to women. Or someone actually talks to them, they won't come over and talk to them
But
anymore.
this is this is advanced. This is advanced thinking. This is my gift. So you have to set yourself apart from the other 1,000 dudes who are like, hey man, wow, that's a pretty dress, as they're eye humping cleavage. You don't do that. You keep the eye contact. You never look down, which kills them, by the way, because that's why they wore the goddamn dress in the first place, and you don't give them that satisfaction, and then it hurts them. And now you're playing the straw that broke the camel's back. At some point, she'd be like, please look. Please look. No, I won't. I look amazing, and why are you still here? I've lost my appetite. She's like, oh my God, please just take the dress off. All right. All right, I will.
You flipped it.
You flip it. So, but it's key that you can't break. You have to stay in character. I stay in character 5 seconds and then finally say, no, I'm just playing. I put my hand out and I touched the back of her arm, which had freckles on it. And I touched her arm and I was like, no, I'm just playing with you. I said, whatever you've heard is probably true and worse. I said, don't get the water
And
down. Don't get the water
there's some
down
jokes.
stuff.
You always try to make me forget that we do technically a sports show, and not the other show, because I'm like,
Yeah. We
just gonna.
I talked about that
Bite
over the
my tongue.
weekend with a group of people. They're like, well, what's your show about? And I was like, well, last week we talked about getting thrown out from a Dollar General for half an hour
It's about sports.
about sports. But it's something to listen to, and
Oh boy.
people I really find a good story to be enjoyable. You know, I'm a storyteller.
You are. No, that's what I'm saying. We gotta. We're basically using this as a deep tease for the other show. Like, if you want to hear these stories expanded into more rated R.
Yeah, and they are my real life.
can.
Our real life.
Yeah.
Is the story about driving to when we were on the phone together. We're not on the phone together very often, and
No, you're more of a texter than a phone guy.
yeah. And I'll take a phone call, and when needed, it's like, yo, you got a second? We're both busy, so you usually hit somebody up with a, hey, you got a minute? I'll always take a phone call because if my people, you're my family, so when my family calls me, it's not just for, hey, how are you? What game do you have? It's for something.
Yeah. You never get me calling you to be like, hey, so what? Where am I putting this?
What?
I don't think I've ever done that.
No.
Not for me. I remember at the comedy club, and I had people going, "Hey, can you text your guy and get me a line on it?"
And that happens now. This all started with talking about the bet from last night. But the phone call and the Bean and Superbad show, we could talk about that. That man, I don't like getting honked at. I don't like getting touched. If you touch me, I'm going to make you uncomfortable right then and there. The music stops, and they're going to be like, man, I worked with Black Brian and his wife, and we hired an Italian kid. I mean, at the time, he was, 25 or so. And portly, gregarious, just a good guy, Florida State guy. What up, Lou? And it was at a jewelry shop. So we have this big inspection place where you can put your eyes in, you can look through the diamond.
Mhm.
It's really something. And that way you have to draw what you're looking at inside a diamond before you send it away so that you can identify your stone. So you put the feathers in and you look at the table and the girdle. So it's his first day. And Nancy says, hey, bring Lou over show him how to inspect a stone. I said, you bet. So we walk over there, shirt and tie, three-piece suit. I walk over, and I grab the ring. I put it underneath. I said, all right, Lou. First thing that you do is you look at the girdle. You want to look at the prongs to make sure the stone's in. And he puts his hand on my shoulder as I'm looking in. and I feel it, and here's my opportunity. All right, Lou. And so you look at the girdle, you look at the stones, and if there's any prongs, if you ever put your hands on me again, you're not going to eat solid food for a week. And I then turn the ring around and I go to the other side, and don't ever put your hands on me again. And he says, oh God, I heard about this and I'm still frightened.
I know you're an asshole, but I still want to.
It's his first day or first couple of days, and he's been someone dropped that knowledge
someone's
on him.
trying to give him a heads up that you're a psychopath.
Tried to. And he was still stricken with fear.
Still not sure.
He was, because it's the delivery. I never looked at him. I never broke the conversation. I just told him,
Somebody said that you're Murdoch Mandel.
nice. Real nice.
I think Howie's got a real germ thing. I think you just like to screw with people.
Yeah, I don't like germs. I will quarantine.
Right, but I've seen you shake hands.
I will shake
and
hands.
bump fists.
Yeah,
so you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
that not that bad.
I'm not that bad. But I will sell it as though
I
I
was
am.
gonna say you might be a better actor.
The Bean and Superbad show would have talked about that dude that honked his horn at me. And I'm on the phone with you, pleasantly talking about, A, B, and C. So yeah, we're gonna take this angle on the show, and that sounds good. Yeah, and a guy honks his horn at me, and I never break the conversation with you.
No, that's what I was saying. You were like back and forth, like trying to finish what we were talking about while also threatening to murder the person on the other side.
I'm 50 years old in a 3-piece suit. The dude honks. So there's oncoming traffic. I'm taking a left. There's oncoming traffic going the opposite direction that has the right of way. I can't just go out there
You
with
just
a
go.
crosswalk guard me like, everybody stop, I'm going to go. So this person, the oncoming traffic is taking a right onto the street that I'm trying to turn onto from the opposite direction. They have what is called the right of way.
Oh, please go on. Explain.
So the horn honks, and I lose my mind. It just snap.
Your hair went blonde instantly.
so-
It's not good.
So I honk back twice, deep honks. And I point at the car that's turning with its signal on. I was like, this guy doesn't know how to drive? And
No.
I could have just let it go there. The guy didn't see the car, I guess, because he's behind me, so he just sees
He just thinks
nothing
sure.
coming.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, go. Wrong guy. So I take the left, and so does he. And that's when you hear
Pull over.
pull over, my hands out of the window, and I'm pointing him off the road like a cop. Pull over. Pull the fuck over. Pull over, and I'm pointing to the left.
I'm going to teach you how to use that horn.
Then I point to the right to a parking lot with a gas station, and I say, pull over there. And I'm still engaged with you in conversation. Yeah, so that's pull over. And then it's about 10 seconds of you worrying about the stand your ground laws in Florida.
Yeah. I was like, please don't hear a gunshot. Please.
I turn, so does he. I pull off to the side to allow him to get around me so that I can look at him. My window's obviously down because I'm pointing him over. He gets next to me and continues to drive. No eye contact. I hit the horn again. And then I accelerate
What happened?
to get next to him, and I'm still pointing him down. Pull over there. Pull over there. He speeds off. Now it's not good for him. He's recognized he's not where he wants to be. And I don't know who he thought was driving the car, but he found out. And he speeds off to the side of the building so that he could probably jump out and get help because he's concerned. And then I turn around and I get back on the road and I engage back with you in the conversation. I was like, yeah, so that's a good idea. And then with the sports cards, you say, Jesus Christ, I'm still frightened. He said, I'm still frightened. I was like, yeah, I just don't like getting honked at, man.
Yeah, don't honk. That's the lesson. If you see Murdoch, even if you're a fan, don't honk at him.
You could, if you honk and there's a hand out and a wave, I'll be able to
differentiate the.
pretty quick. I'm still gonna.
Oh, hey,
It's
what's up?
the hair does go up. It turns blonde and it goes up pretty fast. That's my.
That's a skit I'd like to do, like a Goku who has no patience and everything makes him just go Super Saiyan.
So that was, I think, Friday. Saturday hit my game. Sunday, with the exception of the Bengals, I'm still up. So $10 turns into 92. It's good. It's a good weekend.
All that to say,
I don't bet games just to bet games, Mark. I only play the games that I like.
speaking of, is Mark okay? MFB okay? I don't.
Yeah, MFB's doing okay. He's
yeah,
back with his employment.
Something else he had to go do.
Yeah, he got called off to the Justice League of hair follically challenged men. He's
The Injustice League.
he's doing okay. But I hit, and then Monday, I didn't like Kansas City minus 10.5. I didn't like the Skins plus 10.5. I might have wrote you, but there was I talked to Murdoch Sr. and Mark. The only opportunity that I'm going to play is if Washington gets up first, then 10.5 favorite Kansas will be 5.5. It'll be a lower number, but the only opportunity is to
We
have
smoked
the
them,
other
though.
team score, and we looked good for a half.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I mean, we were the Miami Dolphins secondary last week. We looked good
No, Mariota looked like he took for at least a bit.
at
like
the
he-
half.
Yeah, he did some kind of age regression drug and was
he
getting.
was running around.
Yeah,
like
he
he
looked
was Steve
young. He looked-
He's like, cool, man. This is
he's
rad.
diving and backflipping and
Yep. So it's 7-7 at halftime. Kansas City's minus 5.5. I push my chips. It's like, okay, I see an opportunity here. I'm gonna take that. And then boom, boom, boom. We talk about which quarter which quarter of the
Fourth
football
quarter.
game. Fourth quarter. All you listeners, my second gift is the mother flippin' fourth quarter. So the fourth quarter was 12.5 points. 21 points later, to the window, to the wall. Make all my vegans fall. And then Kansas City minus 5.5. It all comes in. So now I got a stack. When I get a stack, I take my money out. It's what I do. And then I'll keep my stack that I started with in there.
exactly. That's what I'm the same way. I cashed out. I'll leave $5 in. Try to
So
rebuild another stack.
We're twins in that
We're not.
spot as
I'm
well.
not Mark. Where I'm like, I did lose 400, but if I push another 400 in,
That guy needed a hotline and an intervention. He needs more people that loves him. He put $100 on a 14 parlay on
it's gonna go from joking to like.
on Sunday, and then chased that with a $70 5-teamer. And he missed, obviously. He missed, and I make $10 $150, and I'm like, ugh. But he likes what he likes, man. It's entertainment. He wants to spend his money like that, and that's fine.
Is it? I mean, is it though?
It's good. It's good radio.
Yeah, that's true. I can't.
People only listen. They can't stand me, and they don't like you, but they want to hear him
Poor Mark.
pull the wheel into oncoming traffic once a week. So the ping pong gets him up, and then so he makes these plays, and he misses, and like, oh man, this hurts. I come in from work yesterday, and I see my boy. I was like, all right, man, you know my MO. So should I take the money out? Don't read to the end of the book. Don't fast forward to the last 5 minutes of the movie. So what do you think, Mark? You know I take my money out. But I like this game. And I'm a law of averages guy. I take money out just because I went 14-2. And the law of averages is going to come and choke you out at some point.
Some point.
Even if you're amazing, hashtag
Yeah.
Google, there's still a run on the other side. It's like, all right, man, I like Ohtani tonight. I think Ohtani is going to put these guys to bed, and I think the Dodgers are going to win at home. They're 2-1 favorite. $150 to win 75, or I take out 125, leave the 25 in to play with, because I stack chips and I go to the window. That's what I do, man. I hit the withdrawal button, bruh. So he's like, well, you know what I do? And I was like, yeah, I do.
I do, exactly.
So I kick it around.
Yeah.
We make dinner. I come out. And I still haven't made my choice. I was like, talk me off the ledge. He's like, nope. He's like,
No, come
"You're
join
on there
me
on
is what
your
he's
own.
saying.
You know what I do. He's like, well, you like the game. He's like, but do what you want. I was like, yeah, man, I do like the game. So I push the button and I shove.
For last night's game?
Yeah. Not all the stories are amazing. Not all of them are resulting in me taking Miss Murdoch out for.
Toronto might win the series, man. They look like they won it more.
I think they do.
Yeah.
And it's timely. And man, Vlad hit that ball to Nebraska. He, if it's not him, it's somebody else. Bo comes in late in the game because he's hurt, and people playing 18-inning games. It's a good game. It's a good series. The ratings are through the roof.
Yeah.
So that's cool, man. Postseason baseball's red. I had the under. I had the Dodgers. And I tied it in segue to the Thursday game. I want you to help me understand from an unbiased position the Miami. I gave one dog to our chat group for Sunday's games, and it was the Miami Dolphins against Atlanta, getting 7 points, 4-1 dog. I said Miami all day long. Miami's got this game. Dog of the day. Dog of the day. Dog of the day. Dog of the day.
Even after they got embarrassed by Cleveland the week before?
It was, even though.
Huh.
It's the NFL. No freaking logic. And for the reasons that I thought, why would I take Miami? But I chose Miami. Hashtag humble. And they hit. And I'm like, man, you know, my ding-ding doubles in size. I'm like, look at this thing, man. I'm amazing. They're playing at home. Here's my dilemma. I want you to help me with this. I've been waiting all week for you to help me with this. Lamar Jackson has not played in a month, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Now they're in trouble and going to get fined because they lied about the injury report also.
He's been injured, but he hasn't played a football game in a month. So he just pops his cool down and goes out and plays like Lamar from
That's
earlier in
the
the
hype
season.
because he's coming home to where he grew up and he always likes to put on in front of his family.
He hasn't thrown a football in a month. There's no ring rust at all. I mean, at all? They're an 8-point favorite, Bean. An 8-point favorite.
Yeah.
And he hasn't thrown a football at a live game to his guys in a month. So he's going to be up to speed and fluent.
What was he out with again? Hamstring?
Alleged. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. If he's see that the rust is going to be more with this fact that it takes him a while to get accurate passing, which we've talked about for years. Like normally he has that about now in the season is when he starts to finally dial it in a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's missed most of the season. And if he's really recovering from a hamstring injury, how mobile will he truly be if he was really hurt?
Does that warrant an 8-point favorite on the road?
You know, it's weird. I think even Vegas doesn't know how to figure out Miami. So they they think the Cleveland game Miami is going to show up more than the Atlanta game Miami or the Buffalo game Miami.
Miami currently is your youngest. It's your third daughter that wakes up in the morning and she could be Cinderella or she could be She-Hulk. You don't know which one it's going to be. Comes down with her hair like she just put her fork in the socket, or she comes out nice and sweet. Hi, Daddy.
It goes back to even after the Cleveland game. I don't think Miami is the worst team or one of the worst teams. You've never seen Vegas have any life. You've never seen Tennessee. You know what I mean? No one's smoking people like they beat. I can't get over last week. I sat here in awe watching that game. Like, what's happened? Who Where
you
has
might
this
have
been?
the best team to ever have your record.
That's as weird as that sounds. They are
Truth.
3 plays away from being 5-3.
Yeah. Having a winning record.
Yeah.
If it isn't for 2 fourth-quarter meltdowns.
If Achane doesn't step out of bounds against New England on that last drive,
Yep.
they win that game.
Yep. And then the
meltdown in Carolina where they were up 3 scores, that's 2, which they lost at the very end because they melted
and the
down.
other game at home that they had a meltdown and gave it up in the fourth. They gave it up in the fourth quarter. They gave it up in the fourth
No, the
quarter. They
defense
give it
showed
up
up
in
for the
fourth
first time.
quarter.
They melted down against the Bills. They were driving to beat the Bills.
Yep.
And Tua said, I don't want this ball, you take it.
Right.
And then the Chargers game that they were winning
That's
the
the other
entire
one.
game and said, you know what? We don't want to win this game either. That's what I say. They've lost by 2. They've lost by 6.
And all at the last drive of the game.
Yeah.
It's coming down to the last drive of the game. They have a winning record if it isn't for the poor execution and
Which made the Browns game weird. The Colts game now, in retrospect, they're the best team in the league right now.
aren't they?
So it's like, okay. But the Cleveland game, yeah. So I don't know. I honestly don't know how to help you because I don't know what Dolphin team's going to show up.
I think Baltimore lays the wood.
I think there's a good chance that happens.
But I'm
We all sat in here and you guys all told me that Buffalo was going to run Miami out of the building. And with 3 minutes left, it
Yeah.
didn't look good for Buffalo. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so who's going to show up?
who's
No
gonna
one
show?
in the nation thought that game was going to be down to the last drive. No one. There was not a person that in the world that thought that there was going to be a competitive game. Same thing this week.
And when that is the case, you want to take the other side of the betting public, generally speaking.
But you just said you think Baltimore's going to lay the wood, though.
I do, and that is what also bothers me because when I
Is Lamar going to be able to do that? I mean, he's being gone that long. I don't know, man.
I don't know either. And if it's the same Miami team from last week,
If
it
it's
will
that
be
team, then
competitive.
Baltimore will not win that game because they're not. They're 2-5. People are acting like Baltimore is 5-2 or 6-1
they need to
right
win
now.
out. Like they need to go on a heater.
That's what I'm saying. But you would think, based on the odds, the line, the way people talk about Baltimore, still that they're not sitting there with 2 wins.
Yeah.
With basically the same record as the
Right.
Dolphins.
And the defense that doesn't look as good
Might
as the
be-
one Miami
It
has.
might be worse than the Dolphins' defense.
The Bears suck. They can't beat Hudley.
Atlanta just beat Buffalo.
Figure it out. man.
That's
When you
what I'm
figure it out, you tell
saying.
me. That's why they call it the NFL. No freaking logic. How does one team look like world beaters, and then the next week they're Sunday school teachers?
It's insane.
Help me understand that.
Which is like, how can you be so confident to give Baltimore that big of a?
This is the main reason why I play such heavy games on Saturday, because I believe you can handicap the Indiana game. Indiana's home last week, and they want the ranking. They want to show Tom, the coach, is a madman. I love the coach. His sound bites and his interviews are legit. Please watch that by the next show. He's a wild man. He's like, oh man, I love that guy. But he's got that program pointing in the right direction. So for reasons A, B, and C, I'm like, all right, Indiana's a good play. You can look at a team, and if Bean University rush defense is 115th in the country, and #Humble State is 5th in the country in rushing, you're gonna have a bad
You pretty much know what's going to happen.
Right.
Especially in college.
But
it
not in
seems.
the pros.
No.
You can't handicap like that because one day Atlanta looks horrible and putrid.
People were selling out to pick up Bijan off of everything to start him against Miami because of what Miami has let happen week after week, and then he doesn't even crack 50 yards.
to my Captain Compression.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long
We're
time.
going to be hearing more about that guy. Another segue to another story. But Captain Compression drafted Bijan in our league that I invited you to, my other league, the 16-teamer.
Yeah.
And he has Bijan. he did not watch football last year, had never watched a football game. That's just not a thing. I mean, he'll sit at a party and watch a game, but he doesn't know one player on the team. So that's last year. He watches a little bit. He has a fantasy team. This year, now he's actually like watching football games and paying attention to his roster every week, and he drafted Bijan Robinson. So for the last 2 weeks, Bijan's won his week for him. And he gets to experience what all of us that have a fantasy football team has experienced, or any other fantasy sport, that the win that you get because a player got huge, that one player
Yeah.
on the
Got you
primetime
46
game,
points.
CMC last week hangs 36, and you win by 12 because you got 36 from the guy that was only supposed to get you 20. And he's got Bijan. So now he's a Bijan fan. He's like, that's my favorite guy in the league. Like, cool. So the hook's in his mouth. He is now addicted to fantasy football, and
Oh,
he'll
boy.
do that for the rest of his life. And he'll love Bijan Robinson as his favorite player until he retires. And that's how that is. Well, he had Bijan, and he's undefeated in our league. And I see him yesterday for the first time in the week. He's like, I lost. Yeah, man? He's like, yeah, I lost by 1 point. And Bijan gave him 6 and was slated to give him 26. And he gave him less than 7 against the Dolphins. And he's like, yeah, they were playing the Dolphins, and he was supposed to get 24. And I looked at him and I said, what'd you say? Because this guy that couldn't spell football
Yeah, now he's telling you what.
is telling me that he was slated to have a good game and against Miami's defense. And I was like, who are you? Where's your license? Let me see. What up, Captain Compression? Side note, that dude thought I smashed his wife.
Oh.
May still think that I smashed his wife. Did not, in fact, smash his wife, but told his wife that he thought I smashed, even today, a story about my dog dying from cancer being dropped off to be put down as I drive to work. I get to work. I'm emotional because I just dropped off my dog to take the needle. And an hour later, I get a remix from him and the other guy with a name yet to be determined singing a duet about my dead dog. And Captain Compression singing backup vocals to a Taylor Swift song about my dog that may not even be dead yet. It's in a cage waiting for its number to get called. And so that's hardcore. Now, don't think I don't deserve that.
Yeah, but
I mean, because I'm horrible to him. It would be a fist fight with any other person every time I see him because I'm so bad to him. But I love him. And so he tells his wife about the story about the dead dog. And so I get a text. I was like, hey, Captain Compression told me to ask you about the dead dog. And I was like, wow, man, that's how I'm going to start my day? Is memories of my lab named Saber because Darth Vader and Saber and the dog was black. All right, Captain Compression. Good hand. You must feel proud and good, strong enough to beat the world. I feel okay. Yeah, I too feel okay. I am still up 20 grand from this last time I stick it in you. Rounders.
So-
Bad judge, man.
so Thursday night. So who are you? So
It's Baltimore on the road.
you're taking Baltimore.
Easy, man.
Oh, yee.
I haven't. I need to process that more. How do you feel? I'm asking you. I
I
mean,
legit have no idea. I want to be like, oh, I can't wait to watch, but then part of me is like, yeah, Baltimore's going to hang 38 on us because that's normally what happens. But then I'm like,
you see last week and think, oh man,
I've seen last week, and then like I'm looking at this game in the last
okay, wait. Does it? You've already thought how much of your optimism is dashed because it was Kirk Cousins, and he looks like a steaming pile of poo still. So how much of that is that, and how much was
There's a
your
lot of
defense
that,
actually
but
looking good?
Atlanta had like the number 1 or number 2. I think it was number 1 pass defense in the league and number 2 overall defense in the league. And Miami put up 34 points on them. So say what you want about Cousins and them not being able to score. Atlanta was Swiss cheese.
You looked so good,
That
you
Waddle
really did.
touchdown was nasty.
and now he's on the IR. I think
What? No, he's not.
Waller. No shade.
Waddle?
Oh, I thought you said Waller. I was
Oh
like,
no,
oh.
I was saying
Yeah.
no. Yeah, no, that's
Waddle. He gets up and flexes after that first down, and I'm with a group of people, and I was like, "You see that? Yeah. That's not his bag. Waddle is not a guy to get up and go full Antonio Brown or George Pickens every time he catches a first down. Like he just split the atom.
yeah.
You know, he's the man.
He normally does his little dance. and
Waddle
then-
will do a dance when he catches a touchdown. He gets up and he might point towards the first down, but he's
he's calm. He's a very
He is.
super chill
And
guy.
now-
Yeah.
when he got up and flexed again, he's the leader of that team now.
He looked like speed-wise looked like Tyreek on that play. He just
Yeah.
pulled away from everyone.
Guys, go with me. He's accepted a role that normally he was not comfortable in. He's absorbing this, and it's turning into his team. And I felt it. You watch the game, and it's all right, boys. And instead of him being a compliment to the team, now he is the guy with the bullhorn. And I was glad to see that. It really they were woke. They
They have offensive talent. Two
Sure they do.
is a dumpster fire, but still, and I don't care. He threw four touchdowns and no picks, but I saw at least four, where he overthrew the receiver and nearly got them killed on passes that are 7-yard passes, and he's throwing it to a cloud. I'm like, what are you doing, Russ?
Tua looked good. Tua looked good
For Tua.
for.
I mean, 200 yards isn't great.
When was the last time you saw a game like that? 1, 2, 3, go. And that's what I mean. He hasn't done that in a minute. It's been
No, but that's after back-to-back 3+ interception or 4. You know what I mean? Like, so
it was
am I
nice
going to get
see.
the up and down every week? That's one of two things are going to happen. They're going to come
They
out.
benched him the week before. We were talking
Yeah.
about him not having a job a week before, and he comes out and gives.
Maybe that helps. Sometimes that does help
maybe
players.
It does.
Like, hey, buddy.
Pressure makes diamonds.
They're either going to come out overly confident, get burned on the first drive, start getting mad at each other, and melt down into a puddle and get beat by 40 points. Or they're going to come out with that same fire they play with at Atlanta and absolutely shock everybody. Because the last time they had this record, they broke off like 7 wins in a row and finished the season 9-8 when they started off like 2-7. Is it possible? Yeah. I don't want McDaniel fired, and so that's my whole reasoning now. Is I just want them to win to get I don't know, the roster. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore about the team. And if you look, I'm looking at the last 5 games for Baltimore. They lost 38-30, 37-20, 44-10, 17-3 before they won last week in Chicago. That's 17-point loss, 24-point loss, 14-point loss, 8-point loss. Miami's last 5 is 27-21 win, lost by 3 to Carolina, lost by 2 to the Chargers, and then the blowout in Cleveland.
I haven't seen such a pretty ball thrown out of bounds since Blake Bortles in Jacksonville.
Wait, for which one?
Caleb Williams.
Oh, yeah. There's been so many plays this year, like late in the fourth or on 4th down, where the quarterbacks just act like there's a 5th down, and I don't understand. I saw Mariota do it on Monday. Like, what are you doing?
How do you throw the ball in the bucket to Terry on a
That one play was
beautiful,
beautiful.
and then throw 5 other steamers?
Yeah.
I guess they have their law of average as well.
I guess that's why he's a backup, though, now, seriously, because he couldn't consistently. Because that throw was a rainbow
Only
moon
he
shot
could
that
catch
dropped
Yep.
just where it needed to.
And
Nasty.
Terry did his part. No, I mean, what's the chances of catching that? 13%. It's a low number.
Yeah,
that ball
couldn't have
isn't
been
caught
good.
for.
The way he's,
It's really minuscule, that number.
it sucks to lose 28-7, but make that catch and have that highlight reel, because that was the
What
play
was
of the
the
game.
score for Baltimore's last game with Lamar fully healthy? That was 4 games ago.
Did he play Kansas City? He played Kansas City, right? That was
Yeah.
the last game he played.
Mhm.
They lost 37-20.
Okay. And that's when Kansas City started to go on a heater.
That was Kansas City's, I think, first win of their 4 in a row
Yeah.
now or whatever. Yeah.
And before the Kansas City game,
They lost to Detroit 38-30.
yeah. So they've
The other teams get points.
I like the over of the Miami game. It was 50.5 point as of last night. I would buy that down to 47.5 or 40.
It opened at 49.5, and it's currently at 51.5.
Public perception always pushes that. We talk about that. How
Yeah.
the number goes up for whatever reason. Like, why does it go up? And that just goes. People want to see points, and they want to see points, so they push up a number that
Yeah,
shouldn't be up there.
It's all trending towards Baltimore now. Everything is pushing towards Baltimore.
I think it's Baltimore in the over for me. It is going to be. Okay, if Lamar comes back and Derek stopped fumbling the ball,
That's the biggest thing is
you can't handicap turnovers.
well, you can't. But if Henry is what Henry normally is, then they don't even need Lamar to do anything. They're going to hand the ball off 35 times to Derrick Henry. See, that's where I could see the game going low score. Because if they don't fully think Lamar's healthy, they're just gonna run the ball and the game's gonna move.
Tua plays 3/4 of how he played last week, and Baltimore plays to their ineptitude levels that they have been. Then I think Miami scores 24 at the least.
No.
At the least, I think.
Well, that's why I said they're either going to come out and they're either going to get steamrolled and they're going to score 6 points again, 9 points, or it's going to be a shootout.
Well, it's time to call the ball then and tell me who's going to win the game.
I don't even want to pick this
by
one.
what? I say I think it's Baltimore 30-24. I'm taking Baltimore and the over. I am not laying the 8 points.
Want to hear something crazy? Baltimore has scored 174 points this season, given up 210. Miami has scored 174 points this season and given up 215.
Wow.
But Baltimore's played one less game than Miami. So their offense is probably a little better, but their defense is probably a little worse. I don't know. I'm looking at everything, and it's way more evenly matched than I think people are going to give it credit.
And Miami's at home. You could buy points and get Miami getting 10. I mean, the number's already pushing it up. It'll stay at 8. It's not going to go to 8.5 and 9 and 10. 8 is that's where that number will hang. It always, when a team's laying 8, it kind of stays at that number because 10's 9.5, 9's another number. To get to 9 means you think it's going to get to 10. I want to tell you what it would be. Getting Miami. You take Miami and the alternate points. Let's take a look here.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Because
Cool. What's the spread? We take Miami getting 10.5. That's attractive. That's a redhead with freckles.
That's attractive.
And then we like I like the over. If you take Miami's an 8-point favorite as it stands right now, Hard Rock.
Baltimore is, yeah.
Miami getting 10.5 points. They lose by 10, you get paid. Is minus 145. So you bet $14.50 to
Wow,
make
so they
10.
really think Miami's going to get steamrolled.
Minus 145 at 10.5 points.
That's what I'm saying.
That's buying it up to 10.5.
And it's still not
And
great.
it's still not 2-1. It's still not even close to 2-1. It's minus 4.5, minus 145.
Well, that's why I'm saying I really think it can go either. It's going to go either way. I don't foresee a Miami blowout, but winning wise, I see them blowout loss or a tight win. I can't. Let me ask you this: if Miami comes out and it ends up looking like the Atlanta game, hypothetically, and they beat Baltimore, 34-13, do you think then that things have turned, or do you think it's just 2 fluke games in a row?
No, I think things have turned already. I think it's a Rocky movie, and they just got beat, and they just got
Because next week I think they've got Buffalo. So if they somehow manage to pull this off and beat Baltimore, then go to Buffalo, you know what I mean? Then it becomes okay. If you string 3 together and beat Buffalo and Baltimore, 2 teams you can't ever beat,
you're in the mix. But that's what's got to happen. And oh, by the way, you got to beat Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen back-to-back weeks.
Josh Allen has looked pedestrian the last couple weeks. Buffalo in general.
He didn't need to do much last week because a guy named James Cook is still employed
Jesus,
by
he's on my
Buffalo.
fantasy team, by the way. I had like 30 points in the first half before. I was like, "Oh, I'm winning this. I'm winning this week by himself." That was nuts.
That was nuts. You get a guy like that gets huge, and you'll remember him for the rest of your life playing fantasy. Oh, I had James Cook that one game. Remember that one game where he ran for a 75-yard touchdown? Yeah, I had him on my fantasy team. Like, you're the guy. Like, you're his manager for the rest of your life.
That was me. I
did that. Buffalo last week, 7-point favorite against Andy Dalton after a week of rest. After a bye.
That's because Carolina had won 3 in a row.
Carolina won 3 in a row.
And they were feeling good.
Andy Dalton. Buffalo comes in after a bye week. And I went like this. Yes, sir. I'm just waiting for a teller to come back to the window. I have a stack of chips.
You guys owe me some money.
That was the easiest bet on the board. There was a couple of easy ones. Indy looks unstoppable.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, you and I have known each other a decade.
That's your
Jonathan Taylor was my guy coming into the league out of Wisconsin.
In the show fantasy league, I have Jonathan Taylor and James Cook. James Cook, 48.6 points. Jonathan Taylor, 43.5.
What are you talking about?
Like,
you're gonna win that, and you're gonna walk away with that championship.
I didn't need it. Waddle got me 20.
Oh my God!
So I didn't need.
Wow.
Yeah.
Johnny Taylor's my boy. Man, I'll say it every week. That's my guy, and that's my guy. Like, oh, well, they're going to be bad. What happens if Indy's bad and Jonathan Taylor's not going to be able to run the ball? Yeah, man, just give me my pick. I'm picking Johnny Taylor for the win.
He's been, even when they've been terrible, he's managed to. He's been injured a lot.
He was injured a lot, and that was the concern coming into this year.
But was he injured, or was he injured? Because our team's 5 and whatever, and I don't feel like tugging the rock 48 times.
And we need to continue to draft linemen from Notre Dame so that eventually, when we do get a team that's put around a quarterback that isn't horrible, we can protect the guy. They've been putting their picks into their line like a smart team.
Yeah.
And now Danny can sit back there and not worry about getting dump trucked by both directions. He doesn't have to look both ways when he crosses the street. Man, they look great. They look good. They look great.
He leads he already has 850 rushing yards.
Every week you put him on your daily, FanDuel, DraftKings, whatever it is. You just take him blind every week. You have to take him blind Vladimir Guerrero, you put him blind in your lineup in this year's postseason, the whole postseason. You put him in blind. One day he might give you 3, but he's going to give you 28 the next day. And Johnny Taylor is the same way. Ball, not even the same way where he goes down. It's just all his stock arrow is north, and it stays north.
He leads the league and also in rushing touchdowns.
Man, well, it's fun.
That's
You like to be right. People like to be right. Oh man, I was right about that. Oh man, that was my idea.
Jonathan Taylor, James Cook. I
I was never a James Cook guy.
No,
I
he's
thought
having a
be-
season
I
now.
thought because his brother and
You know who's 8th in rushing right now? Achane. And he's scored 30 touchdowns in 36 career games. So
I had him last week. I love stacking chips. Achan is a nice chip stacking soldier. He's a good earner. Johnny Taylor's a good earner. Here's my gift to you: a name. A lot of gifts. It's like a lot of gifts to give today. And on the Humbleites come in. I got something for you early. Christmas has come early. And it's Jolene Noel from Houston. Noel, wide receiver, Houston. I put him in my daily. I've been buying his cards.
oh, there it is.
No Nico
I've
Collins.
invested.
I did. He finds your spot, man. Make a play. That guy, Nico goes down. Kirk goes down. Houston's been playing good football in the last couple of weeks. Like, all right, who's going to catch the ball? And when Nico went down, it was Jolene. He's the one that
Jolene.
he's the one that that had the volume in that second half. So on a flyer the next week, I was like, all right, man, it's going to be this kid. It was him, Hutchinson, or Higgins, the rookie that they drafted. What do I know about Houston football? And so Noel was the play. And last week, he was a $3,300 wide receiver. He's the dumpster dive. And right to the window. Right to the window. Oh, man, right to the window. So we're taking who are we taking? So who
You're taking Baltimore and the
I
the
am
over
that we against the spread.
against the spread.
I'll take I'm not laying 8 points. I'll lay 6.5. I'll lay 5.5. I'll buy that down to 5.5. A guy misses an extra point and you'll never bet it the same way twice. Bong. You get a doink. And instead of winning by 7 and you have 6.5, you lose by a half.
And then you want to throw yourself off a building.
And then you won't do it again. Mark.
Or unless you're marking, you will do it again.
1-800. Help me. 1-800. I beat you table tennis. Table tennis. He bets ping pong. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, man. Don't get me started on ping pong. I eat a Xanax. Where's the Xanax dispenser? I got a $100 parlay. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That was what I said, I think.
What it'd be better for him to just sink that money into like the Pokemon and the sports cards, because at least you got even the crap ones are worth $1.
It's the chase.
I
The chase.
I know,
That is my fish fillet with extra tartar sauce. He just can't.
yeah, but that's a way more expensive fish fillet.
It is, but it's gonna stick me. Yeah, it is.
No, still, even if you look at it from a health standpoint, he's still spending more money, short and long term,
Then I am on my health.
than you were.
Last week, Murdoch did third person. Did not have a super week. I went hard in the paint when I was a kid. I ran. You just wouldn't believe how much. It was a lot. Miles every day. Miles and miles and miles. Every single day. Every single day. #humble. And then your body finally says, you know what, man?
I'm
You
good.
weighed 260 pounds and we're running 2 miles in 16 and a half minutes. Why don't you go yourself? And then your hips say, you know what, man? Yeah, I'm with that guy.
I don't think we're.
We're all gonna revolt, man. I signed a petition. There's a coalition against this, and so my knees would give out. My hips finally said, "We need replaced too."
Are we all doing this?
Yeah. Hey, it's my turn. Cool. And then he's like, "No, I'm still here. I haven't been seen again." I was like, "Oh, that's too bad. You have to wait your turn." So I have an MRI done, a doctor's visit at $100 for a specialist. Copay.
But co-pizzy?
$356 for imaging. It's $456 on a Thursday afternoon. That's lame. That is GHEY. That is LAME. It's lame. It's super lame. I get home, I see Miss Murdoch, G-H-E-Y, and man, I had a day. And I'm a positive dude, you know, like I don't want, oh, this sucks. Life's too short, and I feel personally that that'll drain you emotionally, that it changes you, it'll stain you as a person.
Yeah.
If you let that negativity stack like plates at a diner. So I was like, man, I want to rip a pack. I feel like ripping it. Let's rip a pack. All right, let's rip a pack. So we both get a pack, open up the pack. 9:55 at night.
9?
9! Es für Knoxville Uhr. I didn't say that very Germany at the end. Uhr. Anyway, I'm going to see, aren't you proud of me as a person? I'm letting that go. I've grown up enough to, all right, that's a lie. Captain Compression's ex-wife sends me a text. I don't text her. She texts me, though. And somehow it gets to the tea kettle that looks like the Fuhrer. I sent it to you.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
And it looks just like Adolf. It's unsettling. Because once you say that, we'll put it up.
It does feel like something they would sell on Donald Trump's website. It does feel very.
All right.
Yeah.
It does well there. And she doesn't get it. I sent her the picture, and she couldn't get it. I had to find a picture of, so I'm on a list now. I go to Google, look up Hitler pics, find a picture of him with the little mustache, with the short mustache, and then put it next to the kettle. And she's like, oh, I finally see it. Yeah. There you go. Thank you, Captain Compression, for putting me in that flies in my ointment.
Uncomfortable.
Thanks for the kettle story. Mark needs therapy.
Will Mark be here on Saturday?
He will.
Okay.
He will. He'll be able to defend his honor and his picks.
Well.
And how Pittsburgh. Well, half of that.
I mean, I don't know about defending, but.
Man, we had an interesting week. So the super ADHD sports.
Because I'm trying to get. I don't know if I'm going to make gun.
$454 I spent. $456. I get back. I rip a pack with Miss Murdoch. Mark comes in from a dart tournament, and he looks like he's walking on a ship that is in the Indian Ocean. And without the calm seas, it is in a bad place. So he's in a good place. And I'm ripping a pack, and he's like, "Ooh, so what you gonna get? Let's look." And so card flip. And I get to the end, and there's a shiny card. And there's usually a couple shiny cards in the pack. And the EX cards are like the poor man's versions of the really good cards.
Yeah, they're like the sparkly.
Yeah, so the sparkly, shiny ones.
The ones that look like they should be worth something?
Have a little brother that looks a lot like them that's worth $2 a card. But the one that if you get the cobwebs out of your eyes and you look at it, it's the one that is the chase card. So don't read to the end of the book. But I rip this pack, flip. I get to the last card. And it's the chase card. I go to eBay. Raw is $260. $285. $240.
And you said you're going to get that graded.
Graded PSA 10 is $800. That was the cheapest graded card.
What's like a graded 8? Is it still worth more than a raw?
No. A 9. 9 is the same value as a raw card, generally speaking. Maybe a little bit more, but not much.
So it's almost
so
not worth it to get
a
it
Bean
graded.
rookie card is worth $100 raw. Graded is worth $450, and a 9 is worth $110.
So if you sent it in and got it graded and it came back as a 9, it'd be better to rip that back out of the grading and then sell it as a raw if you were trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, if it was an 8, yeah. At a 9, you're going to get, at least the buyer knows, okay, it's not a 10, but I'm not going to get scammed, because there's a lot of that. Why didn't you send in your Bean rookie card that you're selling me? If it was good enough to be graded, it's a $50 card. It's a $100 card. Why didn't you send it in? Why didn't you send it in?
Right.
So if you didn't send it in and you're selling it to me raw, there's got to be a reason. Red flags go up. Huh?
Oh, see, I would like I don't want to spend the money to send it in.
Well,
either.
that's the only argument. It's like, I don't want to spend the money and then get a 9. So it might be a good looking card. When we do shows at some point, you and I are going to stroll around and do shows, and we'll find cards in the raw. That's when you look at them and say, oh man, this looks pretty good. You do a flea market, you go to a garage sale, look at the card, look at the condition of the card, and you might find something, a Shaq rookie, a Michael Jordan 5th year, and it has clean corners and the centering's good, and they want $3 for the card and it's worth 10, but that $10 card's worth 90 if it comes back graded. You look at all that right from your phone now. Technology is wild. I go to garage sales, and I went 2 weeks ago, pardon me, and I grabbed a card, and I was on eBay with the completed sales prices as I'm buying the card. And I give the lady the $4 for the card, and I have eBay up, and it's green numbers, and it was like 30. And she sees the card on my phone as she's giving me change for a 5. And she's like, oh, man, so that's worth something, huh? And I was like, it is. And that's why I didn't even haggle on the price. So, but you can find out right when you're, just by go to Goodwill.
You got people hype. JJ from the other show, he listens, and he's like, he comes in the other day, and he's just got 2 handfuls of Pokemon cards, and he slaps them down next to my board and everything here, and he's like, will you go through these and tell me if these are worth anything? And I was like, I mean, I'm like, there's an app and stuff, but yeah, I'll go through and see. He didn't really have anything. He was super depressed.
I don't know a lot about Pokemon other than how to hustle mother product. I know how to do that.
Right. I mean, Pokemon, it could be anything. It could be teddy bears right now, and you'd be.
It could. The Pokemon, I know that it needs to be shiny.
Not all of them. It's artsy too, because I remember Superbad pulled one that wasn't shiny, but it was like a specific like drawn thing, and it was a big pull.
It doesn't need to shiny. See, that's how ignorant that I am. It needs to be a special one. It can't be a base card numbered 1 to 132. This new set has 132 cards in the set.
They made 10,000 of each one of those base cards, so they're not worth anything.
They're not worth nothing.
It's when they get like 133
That's
to
correct.
whatever over the 132.
And then, so those cards, when you look down, you could fly right through. JJ, brother man, you get your cards. Bottom left corner has a number / and a number. There's a number of cards in a set. That number's on the right. The number on the left of the slash is the card number of that set going through the number on the right. If it's a good card, it will be past that number that's on the right, the number 132 in this example. If you have number 133 / 132, that means, oh man, this is what people open packs for. One of these. So there might be 40 of those cards. Some of those are steaming pile. So the one that the illustration.
Is there like a? I'm not trying to interrupt you. Just actually about this. Is there like a that you know of a method to the how many over the cap they make every time? Like if the series is 132 of the regulars,
how many additional cards past 132
is it just
are there?
random every set?
It is random every set.
Okay.
But so I pull cards with Miss Murdoch. We like to rip, and I pulled number 141 to 132. I was like, sweet, it's a number past 132, and it was worth $4.
I was gonna say the higher up you go, the more they're normally worth.
You would think that. I would think that as well. That is not the case necessarily.
Because every one of those that's past that, they only do a certain number of prints, and each one's different.
But it's in a.
That's weird. Okay.
It is not.
it's not uniform.
It isn't. It is not uniformed.
Okay.
So when you pull, and I don't know the market prices of these as well as people that just do Pokemon. So I got to go look. Now I'm starting to catch on to it. And here's the Pokemon short-term investment segment of the show. There was new these battle decks. These mega battle decks came out last week. And I immediately go to eBay with everything. Cooper Flag basketball. Cooper Flag is the next LeBron James as far as people chasing after a rookie.
You got to remind me I got a Target Pokemon story for you.
Okay. So Coop Flag is the man. You can't buy his cards. When the product comes out, sealed product comes out, and it's the first product of the year. It's the first product of the year that you can get of a guy that is the most sought after rookie since LeBron James. I'm telling you what's real. So I buy 20 blaster boxes. I ordered 20 hanger packs off of Dick's. And I make my 20%. So the blasters are 24. They're selling for 40 on eBay. I sell them for 35.
Jesus.
So I got $28 in the blaster. I sell it for 35. I make $7. But I got 20 of them, so there it is. And then the person buying it's like, cool, man. I didn't have to pay the price I would in a card shop or on eBay, and I get it in my hand.
We have to get something moving on that.
We have to.
The scalper thing right now is, you come at it from such a weird position. I'm trying to I can't even articulate. There is going to be an equal number of defenders and haters on each side, and it's such a weird. It's like, what a scalping piece of shit. Yeah, but he's not really he's not grabbing palletfuls and selling them for 4 times the value. He's selling them for basically what shipping would be if you're ordering. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Yeah, but he's doing the work and he's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you wanted a box of Pokemon, right? This product is coming out and you want this product. You want to get an ETB.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I just want that ETB. And the line's out the door. The line's around the corner at a Target or at a Walmart or at a Best Buy or at a GameStop. And you don't have the 4 hours to dedicate to get in that line. But you want that product. And the product at MSRP is $60, $55. Okay? So let's call it was 50. It's not. It's 55. So for nearly $60, it's $58 and change for an ETB.
After tax.
After tax.
Because you got to include that because that's what you would pay if you were a human.
Smart people don't grasp that. They think you're getting it for free and everything is net.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I agree with you.
So this, and I'll give examples of that. The ETB cost $58. If I sell it for $70, the shop sell it for $90. I sell it for $70. I'm making $12. I'm making a $12 bill.
Right, and if I were to buy that on a website, they're going, unless they're running a special, throw all that crap out, they're going to charge you for shipping.
Shipping is what it is. eBay charges $9 a box.
So that's what I'm saying. So,
and then the cost, which is higher. I feel like it's a Robin Hood on my part. Like I'm giving to the community at a discounted rate.
Yeah, I know, but you're exactly. No,
it's a service fee. I'm charging you $12. You don't have to stand in line. All you have to do is give me $12, and I'll give you that.
I agree. I think there's a range where that it's not a bad thing. I think once you hit a certain number and you're taking advantage of people and hoarding the market, it's messed up. But if I wanted the new Xbox handheld that came out and I had the money, but I didn't want to go stand in line all day.
Would you give someone $50 to do it?
But you'd go stand in line. Yeah, why would I not? It's like getting Instacart or DoorDash, right?
Right. Right.
Like those people, I don't use those. I'm not gonna because I think that's too much for food. But if people are willing to tip or spend a $10 fee and then another $5 tip
So they don't have to go out and get the
to get their
avocado
$7
and
thing,
get their ice cream.
right? And that's now 30. What the hell's the difference?
What is the difference? The 3-pack, a booster bundle has 6 packs in it. I pay $32, so it's 35 after tax. And I charge 45. So I get a $10 bill. And they're like, $45 your POS, $45 your POS. And then they offer me 30. How about 35? I was like, 30? 35? I paid 35 for
Yeah,
it.
see, to me that's
Why would
just
I-
as bad, if not worse, than scalpers because, like, you're so lazy that you want to pay less than what it would have cost you to go buy it
Right.
legitimately at the store. You want a discount on that price, and if the person will give it to you, they're a piece of shit.
That is the majority of the laugh from my position, is because every day I could open up my phone right now and read a message. So how about $37? Dude, I paid 35 after tax. I'm gonna stand in line for an hour.
Yeah, and I'm
For you,
gonna drive
and my time
somewhere
and my
or
gas.
mail it to you and spend more money.
What? And then you want me to drive to you? But they think like that, Bean. They really
That's what
believe
blows
that.
my mind.
So then I have to kick them knowledge like that. So, okay, I'm making $8 on this transaction, and you want me to drive to you and bring
See,
this to you?
that gives me an idea, and I shouldn't even say this. I hate that we're live because I want to cut this, but we should do something, and I'm not kidding. It would not be hard to set up a small thing here. Like, instead of DoorDash or Instacart, we do, like, card dash or whatever, where people order. We put up what we have on the app, they order, and then you deliver, because then no one's going to complain. If I'm like, hey, I want some Pokemon, man, there's supposed to be a drop today at Target, but they dial up
That's
our
a great
app,
business plan.
right?
No, it really is.
I'm
I
not
hate
even
to say that out
kidding.
loud because someone's going to jack our
I
shit.
know I got to pull this down when we're done
No
because
kidding.
think about that.
If they pay for it ahead of time,
Because then they're not going to, if they're like, man, like, okay, if I knew that Target, for example, was going to have a bunch of cards today, and I knew that they're not going to have a lot, but they're going to have enough that if I got up and drove down there and got there early and stood in line, that I'd be able to get the packs. Or I could sit at home, hit the button, cool, they have some in stock, boom. Oh, it's a $5 fee per pack plus $5 delivery. Cool, but I don't have to leave my house. I get
I
them
don't have to leave my house.
guaranteed. I don't have to take the risk.
I can
don't
sit
have
right
to,
here with my with my energy water.
Right.
And
That's
continue
and people,
to,
but that's what people do for food, and they have no qualms. They don't have one issue.
Nope.
They pay the extra fee. So what if
so
you did it,
$2 a pack over what I paid for them?
They-
I'm the Antichrist.
right? But if you do it the other way, you're the hero.
So
We need to talk about
let's
that.
start an LLC. Yeah, we need to. This is going to get scrubbed.
I'm not
All
even
this is coming off the show. There's definitely a market for that. We get hit up all the time. Hey, do you deliver? Hey, will you bring it? I'll even give you some extra. I'm like,
See,
well,
and I'm okay with and then people will say security. What if someone tries to rob? But if we keep it small and it's us. I'm not worried about that.
I'm not either
Because-
I don't get scared of much. But point being that there's a business opportunity for Pokemon Eats. You know,
And all the cards,
yeah, all the cards. That's
because
we
you
need
can
to
say
have
what
a
we
talk.
have in stock, what we could try to get, and then if we can't get them, we don't. You don't
But
have
it's
to get.
just a service fee, and that's all that I'm charging. And
That's all you're charging.
a
That's my point.
a 3-pack blister cost now it's $10.99. It's $16.99. So it cost almost $19 for a 3-pack. I charge $25. I'm making $6. Sometimes less than that. And they're like, okay, well, how about 20? And I was like, but that's what I paid for them. So, but they can't process that. And then they realize, so after I tell them, Bean, I was like, you know what? But I paid, there's tax. So it's not $15 and then I'm making $5 each. It's
Yeah, there's tax on
$17.50. And then they say, oh yeah, they get it. But these are people that, kind of have a general idea on life. They can do math, but they can't process that. They can't process the text. They absolutely airmail the text. I told you I was going to read you a message that was certainly in my inbox. I bought the Donruss football. You
Mhm.
remember that? From
Oh,
me?
I
Well,
owe
that
you a
was
couple
the-
boxes. I
yeah.
forgot those this morning.
And they think it's free. This guy writes, I have a 10-box lot up on Marketplace for $750.
You do?
Yep. It's $75 a box. They're $56. They're $55
Before tax.
before tax. So they're $60 after tax. You round up from the 58 change and call it 60. I have it at 75 a box. So I'm going to make $15 a box. All the streamers buy these, Bean. They're the ones that bought 23 boxes from me last week. That's where they just come down and they buy them all.
Yeah, this is to me is like basic economics.
They make a 3x. Anybody that opens boxes on TikTok or YouTube or whatnot or whatever platform, and this is another thing that we have a conversation about. Here I am arm wrestling for $15 a box. When they're
How many
making
packs are in a box?
8 plus the oversize, so 9.
So 9 packs. So you're getting them at less than, what is that, about $8 and change a pack?
At $60?
Oh, I would say like
Yeah.
75. Yeah.
Call it that. And the oversized pack is $37 on eBay because
By
that's
itself?
By itself. There's one in each box. You saw it. Look it up on your phone. Oversized Donruss 2025 pack, and it'll be $37, $40.
Jesus.
So the other 8 packs, you paid $60. So the oversized pack is worth almost, call it $40. You got $30. You got $20 in the other 8 packs. So
Yeah, that's way cheaper than.
that's 2.5. That's less than $3 a
Yeah.
pack. And in those packs, you get the downtowns, you get the rookies and the jerseys. It's really a good buy. So the streamers,
So, like, you gotta pitch me.
they sell them for $90, $100, $85 on eBay, and then they're shipping. I charge $75 because I'm Robinhood, and I'm not looking to get the top dollar. I could put them on eBay for $90 if I want to wait 2 weeks, and then I got to worry about shipping, and I got to pay more than shipping, and blah 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 blah. So I say, you know what? I'll just do a local, and everybody from Tampa to Naples, and they hit me up and say, "Yo, do you have all those? I want more than 10. Do you have more than 10?" Because they know. This guy writes, God, you can't blame him for trying, because I would try. He writes, "Would you take $650,
That's
or do you do trades?"
okay. That I could actually see you, depending on what someone had. If they had $650 and a couple Pokemon boxes, I could see you getting down on a.
I could be open to a trade.
If it's the right
I'm
trade.
gonna get my number back that I put
That's
in.
what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Yeah.
But this guy, first of all, just only offered $650 for 10 boxes. That's $65 a box.
So now you're making 5.
I'm making $5 a box. $5 a box. The guy that's buying it is making 3x on his money. Go to TikTok and watch Donruss 2025. Listeners, go to your favorite
So
platform.
he's getting the packs for like $270
Uh-huh.
at 75, and then he turns around and if you open the pack, he's probably charging what, $8, $9, $10 for every pack you
almost
open.
10. He's selling teams, so you buy the Miami Dolphins. So every Dolphin that comes out of that box is yours. Now you pay $29.99 for
Okay,
it.
so they even break it up like that?
That's how you make your 3X.
Holy shit.
We got to have a conversation. You and I have been talking off in the cut about this
That's
for a minute.
bananas.
So now your big picture. There's the big picture light bulb. Just broke over your head.
I mean, I already knew, but the fact
Yeah.
that they're doing.
No, that's the opportunity.
Oh my god.
So I'm holding 18 boxes, and the streamers, I pay 60. The streamers pay 75. They do a 5-box rip, and 5 at 60 is $300. I added a 5-box.
I have a question.
Sir? Yes, you
So-
in the back?
So if they're ripping all, okay, I want all the dolphin cards. Okay, that'll be $30, and it's out of the box, right? Like the ones that
Correct. Live.
I got. Okay, so every dolphin that's in every pack in that box,
Is
I
yours.
get, even in the big.
Especially the big one.
Okay, so say I want the dolphins. Are like, cool. That's 30. If that's what you said. That's
Sure.
fine. And then Joe McGillicuddy over here says, well, I want all the Buffalo Bills ones, and they're like, cool, 30. Now, what if in that box is there?
There's a dual.
What? We'll say
a
in that
player
box
from
there's
Buffalo
I get
and from
10 cards total that are Dolphins, but there's 15 cards that are Buffalo Bills. The price is the price.
Yeah, the price is the price. You
So
can get nothing.
You still have to pay.
Yeah, you pay before you rip.
That sounds illegal.
It's $79.99 for the Giants because you're going to get a Jackson Dart auto or a Jackson Dart number to 10.
Is there like guaranteed stuff that you know you're gonna get?
No, guarantees is that I'm going to rip that box. The guaranteed is that you're going to give me your $60 for the Cleveland Browns because of Shedeur Sanders. and
Okay.
because
Okay. So
of-
hold on. It goes even farther. That just for specific teams, on the chance that Jackson Dart, just on the off chance that it's in that box, you now have to pay more if you want the Giants. Is what you're saying?
Each team has its own price based on the quality of or the opportunity of that team and who they have in there.
Holy shit!
A Josh Allen numbered to 10. The Jackson Dart, Cooper Flag, I told you about the basketball,
Yeah.
the Blasters, numbered because it's the first product off the line. And this is the guy. This is Jesus' child. He's wild. It's the first product to hit the public in this much anticipated box, the product. It hits the shelves. Mark watched a numbered to 99 card, just numbered to 99. Numbered to, a gold numbered to 99 Cooper Flag.
There's only 99 of them.
Only 99 of them. What did a Cooper Flag numbered to 99 rookie card sell for on eBay? You'll look it up after I tell you. Just a card. Not an auto, not a patch.
Just the card.
Numbered to 99.
$150.
$2,000. So when you rip those boxes, you are hoping to get something like that. Mark, I watched Mark rip a blaster 2 nights ago. He and I both did.
It's the
I'm not
lot.
just a
You're playing the
scumbag
lotto.
scalper. I love to rip. This helps me subsidize my cost. I end up not having to pay for my
But
hobby.
it's literally like the lotto.
It is the lotto.
You're playing.
There's 200 cards
It's
in the set.
gambling.
And that's why
it's
when you watch
gambling.
the TikTok videos, it says no gambling, no gambling. It says no gambling because it has to say no gambling. Back to the 32 teams being
That's fucking.
the 5-box lot that I have $60 in. The cheapest is $900 for the collective 32 teams. And the Raiders, there's nobody. I mean, Gentry's in there. Okay, so that's
Yeah, I was gonna say if you
there's crap teams.
if it averaged out to $30 a team and you're at $660,
It's more than that. It's 900 for 5.
okay, that's even. Let's just round it to 1,000.
Okay.
And you sell out and you do it as a show, and you open a box a night or whatever.
If you made $400, not even a 3x, if you have 300 and you net 7, so I mean
but that's what.
you sell
But
for
that's
7
like per box you could make if you were popular enough.
Yes, there's whether it's 1-box rip or a 5-box rip or a 10-box rip. People
then you
love
can
a
up
10-box rip.
the
Holy
prices.
cow! A 10, the higher the box count,
The
for
more
the
it
rip,
costs for the team.
the more the cost because there is what they call a downtown. There's case hits, and there's one of those. A Jackson Dart downtown rookie is $2,000, and a gold one.
Yeah, but
numbered
you
to
could
10,
take that $750 purchase that they're fighting you on cost-wise, and they can make that back
They do.
in theory on one box.
Correct. Right. If it was $900 was the rake, and they had 450 in it, then they're gonna net 450
On the one box though.
on the one on 5. So because one you could
Oh.
break it down to whatever you'd like to. But
But if you're
I just-
popular enough and you opening one box, you could sell out all 32 teams on one stream.
right.
Anyway.
And then make a fraction of it'd be 20% of a 5-box break. So if they're making 450 and so you make $90 every single time. Net $90. Net $90.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
How many times a day would you do that, Bean?
all day, never stop.
All day, every day, never sleep. That's one box, $90.
That's what I'm saying.
5 box is $400. TikTok whacks you for 15% of the 900. Okay, so here's your 145. For my 450, I'm still up 3. And it took me a half an hour to do that break of 5 boxes. Have you ever seen how fast those guys rip packs?
Yeah.
Because they make $2.50
See,
a pack.
and none of them are funny or
have
cool.
carpal tunnel.
They don't have like a coolness or like a. They all just come across as like, give me your money.
We have you, we have me, and then our bit, our niche is we have Mark pronouncing the names of the Pokemon and the football cards. He was doing it last night, and I was going to pee my pants.
And we just undercut everybody.
And just undercut it, because we're Robin Hood. I don't need the top. I had an old man that was really smart and really rich, really kicked me some knowledge when I was young. He said, don't worry about the cream on the top and don't get your splinters on the bottom. He says, take your margin. Just take,
That's where everything
what's
is
there.
made.
and you just make hand over fist instead of having to wait and having to wait and having to wait. I got a dude that is, he wants some prismatic surprise boxes, and they're $40 a piece, period. And in a shop, they're $50. So I got them at 40. I sold 7 last week at $40 a piece. I make $11. So I made 40 bucks. No, I made 80. But a guy hits me up and he's like, "Hey, I'm in town. I'm working." And that's what happens a lot too. People are here for work or whatever, and it's a different market, and it's easier to get stuff here than it is in Chicago or Tampa or Miami, and so they just load up. And so he says, "Yeah, I'll take the 2." And I was like, "You want more than 2 if I happen to have any more?" And he's like, "Well, yeah. How many do you have?" Sold. How many do you have? Sold. You know, I'm a hitman. That's what I do. I'm a salesman. And so I hear buying signals, and that shit turns me on. It's a kink of mine. I listen for it. I walk into a Publix, and she's like, "Oh, do you have this in the thin cut?" That means sold, butcher, sold. Ask her how much she wants if you can get it for it. And I'm selling for, they're like, "Wow, you work here?" I was like, "No, man, this shit just excites me." So he wants the 12 boxes. I got 12 left. I only have 12 left. I had 20. Pick a number. I had this earlier. I only have this today. He's like, "All right, I'll take it." He's like, "How about 35 each?" And I was like, "No. I just sold 7 at 40. Why would I sell you any of them for less than that?" But you know what, man? I appreciate the effort. And I want you to feel like you won, and maybe you come get something else from me. How about 38 and you take all of them? That was when it was 2 and then 5. Let's see. If you take all of them, I'll let you have it at $38 a piece, and you win. And you can buy the iced coffee, and you can get the kids something on me. That's my gift to you. I appreciate the effort. And he's like, "All right, I'm in." And because you have to feel like you won in a negotiation, it needs to be their idea, and it's fear of loss. It's hope of gain. They're just the psychology. Those are practiced methods. The Sullivan nod, when you nod your head up and down, right, Bean? Yeah, that's right, Bean. Yeah, no, you're right. And, well, you said, but if I give that sale to you, I tell you what, man, I'll call you my little brother, and I'll give you a discount because I'm going to move all these and get on to the next one. I don't have to, and I won't. But today, if you take all 12 of them, yeah. If I don't get this deal right now, I'll never get it again. And there's a buying signal, and then it's a frenzy, and the endorphins release because it's a high. Because you won. "Oh, man, I got him for $38. He's telling all of his friends, "I got him for $38. Yo, man, I got this for $38. Okay? So you save $2. You know how much money I made by not having to go to 4 different buyers now and spend 30 minutes at each stop and having to go. I just saved time. You just saved me that time.
Old school.
Yeah, baby. So the multi-box rip is where it's at. That was the picture I sent you of most people that I meet look a certain they fit a mold.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The fellas are my size, man. They're 6'2" and construction workers. And I've met a firefighter, a lumberjack, an actual lumberjack, an electrician that goes up on the posts, and construction. I told one dude, I was like, oh, for arm wrestling, so how about we arm wrestle for the price? And he's like, boy, I love my chances. He's like, I use what do you say, a chainsaw all day long. He's like, come on up. And I was like, no, man, I was just playing. I'm not going to arm wrestle you to save the money. But they look they're a mold. I sold 10 boxes of football a week ago to two fellas from Tampa that looked like they played World of Warcraft. How about that? They're
Yeah, no, I've seen South Park. Yeah.
okay. That's who came. Nice guys too, but that's what they look like. I get a message about the football yesterday, and it's a woman. And sometimes women will text. It's not all just men. Opportunity knows no gender. I like to see who I'm going to be meeting. Keep it safe. And they do the same thing. I met somebody on Sunday that knew one of my people. I don't Facebook, but because of Marketplace, Facebook is there. So when I met her, she says, hey, you know Bobby McGee. I was like, yeah, how do you know Bobby McGee? And then I was like, oh, you went onto my profile and you saw my friends and you saw that's what you did. Because she's a woman, stay safe. You know, you're going to meet some guy in a parking lot. So be safe. Literally, and be safe. You know, be safe. You don't just walk in there, oh, everything's going to be fine. This deal's going to be great. I've never met the guy. Here's some cash in a dark alley. I'm like, no, man. So she went and looked. The girl that wanted the football cards. I went to look. So there's a little picture, click. She's from Chile. How about we start there?
Yeah.
Okay. She does not look like she plays World of Warcraft. She looks like she plays World of Milan or Beverly Hills. And she's
Beechcraft.
She's Spanish. So whatever horrible stereotype that is incredibly accurate potentially, she has a size 0 waist and letters on clothing that have more than one letter. And loves tank tops and weighs 120 pounds. And Jiminy Christmas.
And she was buying Pokemon cards?
Buying Pokemon cards. So she's like, hey, how about 1,100 for all of them? I was like, how about we just stay at the
You're
$1,250?
like, there's other payment.
I said, but I appreciate the
That's
efforts.
funny.
And then she says to me, I see you in that pink suit. You look good. And then I replied, that's not going to help your price. I don't care how incredibly attracted that you might be.
You said that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Nice try.
And I was like, I appreciate that. I'm not the one that looks amazing, but I appreciate it. Then I throw Spanish at her. And I was like, yep. My first go at it is from Peru. My Spanish is not, and neither is my fashion sense. And she was like the pink suit. I said, I'm an Irish gorilla. I look like the brawny man. I look like George Michael and the brawny man got into a fight in Elton John's closet. And she's like, JFC. And then she's like, we can go to Miami. And so she's like kicking it. And I was like, still the price is the price.
Yeah,
So whether or
nice.
not that I look amazing in Miami next to you
Appreciate
or vice
that.
versa.
Still gonna need the money.
Yeah. So the hard play is, all right, man, well, thanks a lot. And then I said, ciao, bonita. Suerte. See you later, babe. Good luck. And that was it. So she looked at my picture to see who she was talking to.
Just thought she
It's
could.
not some scumbag. And she's like, it's a 3-piece suit that's pink.
I'll just flirt with them and get the price down.
Cool. I'll let you do that and keep the price where it is. She wanted all 16 boxes. And she wanted to stream. Look, there's opportunity out there. And it's hard to dive into unknown waters. You have a regular job, I have a regular job. If I can make $400 every time I open 5 boxes, or any of the
That would
product
be your
that
regular
I buy
job.
anywhere. I have 20 hanger packs coming in, as I mentioned, that I bought pre-order. I paid $13, so $14 after tax. And I sell them for $20. If I sold them for $20, that's $6 a piece times 20. So that's $120. That's not a week's worth of pay.
No.
And then you got to go buy it again. Now you got to go find it again. And good luck finding it again, because the first wave that came out, there was a bunch, and then it's nothing there for a month because they pushed it all out on the beginning of the release. So you sit, wait a minute. So I don't sell them, Bean. They're not up for sale right now, but I will sell them before the next product comes out, because it's the next one that's the big one. It's the next one that's the most popular, and on and on and on. And I just shove the product in the grinder, and that's how we get down. But you're onto it with the Pokemon Eats. Absolutely onto it. And everything I buy in the retail stores, I sell locally, whether it be at shows or at the flea market or on Marketplace, and you make your 20%. Now, how do you cut up 20% between 3 people? That gets difficult. But with the volume, now with volume, now it becomes, okay, because that person's got maybe 1 or 2 people. I've got 1 or 2 people. Maybe you got 1 or 2 people. If I have to think for you, then not you. But if someone has to explain it to you more than once, then you should find something else to try to listen to. Our listeners are sharp people because they're just like us. So they can see, oh, man, there's an opportunity here to actually make some money. It's called capitalism. The 3X and the 4X, that's life. Sometimes you fall into that. I got a brand new box that I paid $31 for last week that sold for $85. Am I supposed to feel bad because I actually made $40 on that box, where I'm making $2.50 on the other stuff that I'm selling just because it's volume? And if I have 5 products a week and I make $30 per product, I grind it out $150. I hustled $150. Come on, man. It's making $1.50 a pack, making $2 a pack. I don't get grief over that. I do. But it's that big box. Now I got one that's worth some money. Oh, you scumbag. They laughed at the battle boxes that I talked about half an hour ago before this tangent. They were $15. I put them on eBay yesterday because they were $45 a piece. I paid $15. So I listed them on Marketplace, and I had laughing emojis, eyes, the tears of laughter, laughing because they know it cost $15. And I'm selling it for $40. $35. I bring it down to $35. I'm going to double my money. And it's $10 cheaper than eBay. And you don't pay shipping. It's a service that I'm offering you. So some people are like, all right, I get it. It's just what it is. It's the market. You find something and it's worth X dollars. I'll take less. But I listed them on eBay with a buy it now of $39.99. And I sold 2 last night. I have to go ship those right after the show. That's what it is, man. That's just what it is. You could get in line and get them yourself. And they had so many there that I got what I got where I got it, continued to work. I just stopped in, picked up a couple. You're only allowed 2. I went to work. Hours later, I drove back and was like, you know what, man, let me look again. And there they were, still there. I'll take 2 more. So now I've got $60 in it, and I've already sold 2 for $80. So I've made $20. I've made 30% of the money that I put in, and I still hold 6. It's just math. And if you don't think like that, then you're going to work for somebody else for the rest of your life. If you don't see an opportunity, I'm not saying to go walk around and push kids down a flight of stairs to get their cards. They get all their cards. They get exactly what I get. And if their mom's too busy smashing the yoga instructor to get up and go to the Walmart and get them herself, then she could pay the $10 service fee.
It sounds
Right?
like that's your campaign ad for the.
And we do get half that hate me and half that appreciate it because of regardless of the dollar. You shouldn't make $1 on Pokemon. But what do you do for a living?
Like you don't
I'm in
think
advertising.
you don't think Nintendo wants that to happen?
I paid $100 for a copay to get an autograph on a piece of paper last week. There's your service fees, $100. He went to school. Well, I went in line. Service fee. It's a small service fee. You wouldn't stay baked. I mean, you wouldn't stay in a certain position. I don't want to leave the house. I'm watching a movie. I'm playing Fortnite with my peeps. I'm playing COD.
That's why if it was something like, I just want to grab I want to rip some Pokemon cards, but I know there's like none anywhere. Oh,
For $2 service fee? For $2, I'll
some
bring you what you like. How many would you like? Just hit that Apple Pay.
Yep.
Ding. I'll bring it over. There's absolutely the fact that we talked about it out loud.
I know we got to stop.
We've done that before. We've had ideas that get grabbed, and this is we need to
Wrap this up and have a talk.
yeah, we need to talk. We got to talk. So it was a good show, and I do appreciate it. We talked about our Thursday game. We
We
got
did at
college.
least talk about that. I don't think I gave a pick officially because I
Well, then come on,
I
man.
don't.
They're dying to hear.
Can I just not? Because I really feel like it's going to be like the Buffalo game. I feel like the most likely that gut feeling I have where everyone's like, this is not going to be pretty in it. And it's a tight game at the end. But will Tua throw a game-breaking
What's
pick?
the score? Oh, you know he's got a pick in the bag.
I don't know. He
good
threw
for
so
a
many
pick.
the last few weeks.
Yeah, he likes to throw them.
He's got 15 touchdown passes, which is near the top of the league, and he also has 10 interceptions, which is
He's channeling
of the
his
league.
inner
Jameis
Winston.
Winston. Oh, just to get hurt again, I'll pick Miami.
On the money line. We're taking a team. Who's going to win the game? You're taking Miami. All right, Homer. And I see a universe where that happens.
Well, I guess I'm saying it's probably going to be Baltimore, but I might as well get hurt again.
I'll take Baltimore. Just I'll be the one person on the show today that tells truth and isn't biased.
I just told truth.
All right. Well, good luck to that. Baseball. Hashtag humble.
Do they get 2 days off?
They get one. I think it's one day. I think they the next day is
Because I was going to say, will the series even still be going when we?
not when we get back.
back
It'll
on
be
Sun-
done by the time we come back on Saturday because they play Thursday, Friday.
They play Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, they're off. They're off today, and then they'll play the next 2 games in Toronto. It's gonna be something.
It's saying 8 p.m. tonight.
And they had. I wonder who's pitching. I haven't looked yet at who's pitching. That
It is Snell versus
Snell's going again, huh?
Savage.
Yeah, yes, Vijay.
Yes,
He's a rookie that wasn't even on the roster 2 months ago, and then, wow, that'll be a good game. And that was game 1. Both starters from game 1. So
Dodgers minus 190.
Yes, Fitzedge. He pitches well for a rookie. He started the World Series for Toronto. Started game. I mean,
So they're already back to their.
yeah. The fact that they have a rookie start the
Yeah.
series for them.
And they won that game, right?
Yeah. They
Oh, interesting. Plus 165 for Toronto. That's just
over under is I haven't looked yet.
all right. Take a
can't
stab.
see your screen. 7.5.
8.5.
No way. That's too high. That's too high. I had the under last night's game. I thought it was gonna be 4-2. It was 6-2. 8.5 last night. The pitching comes out this time of the year, and
Oh, they scored a bunch. Yeah. Well, Toronto scored a bunch
it
yesterday.
was under 8.5.
Oh, was it 7-1?
6-2.
6-2.
You add that up, and it's less
what it
than the
was.
number of 8.5, which means I get to go to the window. But alas, I got wiped last night. I got wiped.
Is he going in tonight to fix it? Mark.
I got yeah, right. Mark. I got $5 left. And
Drop 5 on Toronto.
no, I dropped 5 on
I'm saying tonight.
the Dodgers and do it all over again. So 5 turns into 7.5. And then I might play that with I'll take that 5 and play it with some college football. I'll take the Dodgers and the under. So that 5 will be worth probably even money. Yeah.
So is it 2-3-2 for the World Series then?
2-3-2?
Okay, so it's the last night in LA.
Then they take a ride.
So they were one of the best
Friday,
teams in.
Saturday, pardon me. Today's Wednesday.
They were
probably
40
did.
and 41 as an away team, which means they won. Toronto's a way better home team. So, and the Dodgers are 52 and 29 at home, and so they're a way worse away team. So they're setting up for Toronto.
Setting up for you being right. You get to finally swell up and having
was
picked.
Very beginning when we set the whole thing. Yeah, that's
Ooh. It's nice to be right like that. Like, yeah, man.
that was my childhood team. That's what I said, man. When I was
Alright.
like a little kid and really into
Joe
baseball,
Carter.
I loved.
ranking Mitch Williams.
Then I moved to the Braves. It was weird.
Yeah, TBS. It's here.
Yeah.
They were just on TV every day. I'm a Braves fan, and I don't even like the Braves. And I watched Steve Avery and Tom Glavine.
Well, they had like
and
I
Smoltz.
like Smoltz and Maddox and,
And Maddox.
Chipper Jones and
yeah,
God, what's I'm forgetting the other dude outfielder's name.
Andrew Jones.
Andrew Jones.
He was fun.
Andrew Jones. Yeah.
Ron Gant was there. Lemke was there.
Yeah, that era. Yeah, that's when I was little and I loved
Chip.
baseball. I used to collect the cards. Didn't realize.
16 straight pennants, I think.
Yeah, it was nuts.
That's crazy.
And like one World Series win, I think.
Bobby Cox. Run, Pamela! The radio guy I listened to growing up was Jim Rome.
Inconceivable.
Huge. So that's my guy, man. He's a funny dude. He runs his mouth. I liked it. And he had before he worked for the networks, he could say whatever he wanted to. He had the rat face family. There was if you look, Shanahan, dad, senior, rat face. And so he had all these rat faces, and they wanted to fight him, and he would put their pictures up, and it was the rat face. Well, when Bobby Cox, he was a senior citizen, beat his wife with a bag of oranges.
Oh, that's right.
He's like 76 years old and has a charge of abuse. Run, Pamela! That was his wife's name, and Jim would say that all during his show. Run, Pamela! Run! Run, Pamela! Bobby Cox in a bag of fruit. Run! Run, Pamela! That was Bobby Cox's era. Run, Pamela! Beating his wife with a bag of oranges. That's legit. You use a bag of oranges. You use citrus because the fruit gives, so it doesn't leave a bruise. That's why you hit someone, allegedly, with fruit, because it doesn't give. It gives and it doesn't leave a bruise. So he's beating his wife with bags of oranges. Bobby Cox, you're the man. Run, Pamela!
On that, I think we're going to wrap it up. See you guys Saturday.
I'm